Hi, I'm Joseph Elliott, and you're watching 5 Minutes with Sun Media columnist John Kryk. So John, as a fellow sports reporter, I have to know, what's it like being the only full-time NFL columnist in Canada?
Well, I got into journalism way back when, in the mid-'80s, with the idea to write about American football for my living. And got away from that in my career. I started in sports as a writer, became an editor, and up until a few weeks ago, for about 23 years, I was an editor, and kind of forgot that that was the original dream because I was having so much fun doing the other things in sports and in entertainment. And then when it dawned on me when I got this job that that was the original dream, that's when that's when the penny dropped and was like, this is pretty cool.
So how do you separate yourself as a fan and a writer?
You have to be impartial to earn the respect not only of your peers and not only of your readers, but of the people that you cover. If you completely divorce yourself from the fan, though, you won't be in touch with your readers or viewers or your website visitors. But if you can be impartial about the things that you love and the things that you hate and everything in between, that's when you earn everybody's respect, including your own.
You recently came back to sports after making the change to entertainment in the 90s. Why did you make that change?
For a whole lot of reasons. Probably at the forefront was the opportunity to be engaged with the forefront of journalism that students such as you and your compatriots here at St. Clair College are learning. Video now is an integral part of all journalism, not just at our newspaper, a newspaper chain in Toronto, but everywhere in North America and probably the world. And that is, in the last few years, the converged journalist who can not only write, but take photos, take videos, radio, internet savvy with the social media. All those tools are things that are necessary, but are not things that any journalists from my era are familiar with. So to become familiar with them, I thought the best way to do that is to leave the editing ranks and go back at the hands-on level and learn this stuff.
So you've been a reporter for over 20 years. Have there been any standout experiences you've had?
Many. When I was in entertainment, I did have the opportunity to interview John Paul Jones, the bassist of Led Zeppelin, and I am a huge Led Zeppelin fan. That was pretty cool to sit in a hotel room at the Royal York Hotel and just talk music with a guy from Led Zeppelin for 2 hours.
And you are from Windsor, and you did graduate from the St. Clair College journalism program. How far have we come from being a small program at the main campus to having the Mediaplex?
It's incredible. As I've been telling all of you people this week, I would love to take every bit of equipment that you have here and your sound booths and everything and move them to the Toronto Sun, where Sun Media is based, because we don't have facilities like this. And we're kind of doing some of it in a jerry-rigged fashion. Others, we have just as good of equipment or software. But because you have it all, you're learning everything here with the best materials and the best tools. And that's great, because it's frustrating for people to try to learn these things that are now being demanded of them as journalists and not have all the equipment at the ready. And you have it here, and that's really helping you, I think. I can see it. It's really helping you all learn this stuff.
Now, you talked a little bit about the change from being just a print journalist to a converged journalist. How have you had to adapt to learning, learning reporting for television and web reporting?
Some of it can be instinctive, but I think you just need to have somebody tell you what the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do is. For instance, Larry has been helping me with the video editing in the last couple of days. Some of it, because I took a bit of filmmaking at university, is instinctive and okay, yeah, we should do this and not have a jump cut, not to get too technical. But then there are other things that I had no idea that I was doing right or wrong. And when you have an instructor help you with that, I think everybody needs to be given a mentoring, guiding hand, and it's great.
So after all your years of experience in the field, do you have any advice for young journalists or people looking to get into the industry?
For sure. You have to have a passion for it. You have to be curious, and you have to have a thrill for deadline pressure, because no matter what medium you get into, there's going to be that. And at first, they're always scary. Even early in your career, they're scary. But after a while, when the big news stories break, you work your butts off, but there's that rush of excitement that comes. And if you really don't like any of that at all, it's difficult to get into the business. But if you find yourself liking it a bit, you can have a lot of fun.
Well, John, thanks for coming in today. I'm Joseph Elliott, and you've been watching 5 Minutes with John Kryk.